Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered when things started to change? Not just the lines around your eyes or the silver in your hair, but the quiet, everyday moments that catch you off guard. Like forgetting why you walked into the kitchen, or suddenly feeling exhausted before lunch, or noticing how silence has replaced the once steady hum of connection. It sneaks in, doesn't it? Little things that don't always make headlines, but make a difference in how you live, how you feel, and how you see yourself. Aging is often wrapped in golden memories and gentle smiles. But the truth, it can come with changes that feel frustrating, isolating, even a little frightening. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because no one really talks about what to expect. The unpleasant parts. The parts that show up uninvited and make you feel like you're the only one going through them. You're not alone. Today, we're opening the door to 12 of these overlooked, uncomfortable realities many seniors face, but rarely speak about. Not to alarm you, not to dwell in fear, but to shine a light, clear, kind, and practical, on the road ahead. Because when you know what to expect, you can face it with strength. You can plan, adapt, and surround yourself with the support you need. This is a conversation grounded in truth, shaped by compassion and focused on care. Whether you're experiencing these changes yourself or caring for someone who is, what we're about to explore can bring clarity, peace of mind, and, perhaps most importantly, connection. So, take a deep breath. Settle in. You deserve answers that respect your dignity and your journey. Let's talk about the 12 unpleasant things seniors do as they age, that no one tells you, but that you deserve to know. 1. Forgetfulness. Let's begin with something many of us have felt, though we don't always talk about it. You're telling a story. Maybe it's about that summer trip years ago or a neighbor you once knew, and halfway through, the name just slips. It's right there, on the tip of your tongue, but for the life of you, it won't come. You pause, laugh it off, maybe change the subject, but inside, a little worry creeps in. Is this normal? The truth is, occasional forgetfulness is one of the most common and natural parts of aging. As we grow older, our brains process information a bit more slowly, especially when we're juggling multiple thoughts or distractions. That doesn't mean you're losing your memory. It means your brain, like the rest of your body, is asking for a little more patience and care. What's important is understanding the difference between these small lapses and more serious memory concerns. Forgetting where you left your keys or needing extra time to recall a word is very different from consistently forgetting names of close family members or how to get home from a familiar place. If you notice repeated patterns that interfere with daily life, it's always wise to talk to a healthcare provider. Early conversations lead to better outcomes. In the meantime, give your brain what it needs to thrive. Stimulating activities like crossword puzzles, reading, learning something new. Even talking with others helps keep memory pathways active. Your mind is still capable, still vibrant. Let's treat it with the care it deserves. 2. Sudden fatigue. Maybe you slept through the night, woke up without an alarm and thought, today's going to be a good day. But by noon, you're wiped out. Not just tired, drained, like someone pulled the plug on your energy. You sit down for a quick break and, before you know it, an hour's passed. Sound familiar? Sudden fatigue is something many older adults experience. It can be confusing, even discouraging. But it's not laziness, and you're not doing anything wrong. What's happening is your body is adjusting to a different rhythm, one that needs more care and attention. As we age, metabolism slows, muscle mass decreases, and sleep quality often changes. Medications, even familiar ones, can start to affect us differently. Nutrient deficiencies, like low iron or B12, can quietly sap our strength. And something as simple as dehydration can leave you feeling completely off balance. This short example about Evelyn, 72, from Ohio. Evelyn experienced unusual exhaustion during her usual morning walks, an activity she previously enjoyed without difficulty. This change in energy level was a red flag that something had shifted in her body. Her doctor found a B12 deficiency and adjusted her medication schedule. Within weeks, her energy levels noticeably improved. This isn't the end of vitality. It's a call to listen more closely. Space out your activities, stay hydrated, and speak with your doctor about nutrition, sleep, and medications. A little tweak can go a long way. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Your body's way of asking for a new kind of strength, one rooted in awareness, balance, and grace. If this speaks to you, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more compassionate guidance on aging well. 3. Weight gain. You haven't changed your habits. You're eating the same meals, walking when you can, maybe even skipping dessert now and then. But the scale, it keeps creeping up. Pants feel snugger. Your reflection seems a little different. And you wonder, how did this happen? This kind of slow, stubborn weight gain is incredibly common as we age. Even when our routines stay the same, the body starts processing food differently. Our metabolism, that once reliable engine, begins to idle. Hormonal shifts can affect fat storage, and if mobility has become more difficult, even small decreases in movement can lead to gradual changes. But let's pause here, because this isn't about shame. It's not about numbers on a scale or fitting into clothes from a decade ago. It's about how you feel, how your body supports you, and what choices can help you live well and comfortably right now. Health in older adulthood is about steady strength and nourishment. That might mean gently adjusting your portion sizes, adding more protein to maintain muscle, or speaking with a dietitian who understands the unique needs of older adults in the U.S. It might also mean finding movement that suits your body now, like chair yoga, water aerobics, or even a daily walk around the block. Your body is still yours to care for, to respect, and to honor, just in a new season. So rather than focusing on the weight gained, let's focus on what you can gain in return: energy, comfort, confidence, and control. 4. More frequent doctor's visits. The calendar used to be filled with birthdays, Sunday lunches, and family gatherings. Now it feels like every other week is another doctor's visit. Checkups, follow-ups, labs, specialists. The kind of busy that doesn't come with celebration, just waiting rooms and paperwork. It can feel overwhelming, even disheartening. Is this what aging means now? But here's a truth we often forget. Those appointments are not a sign of decline. They're a testament to your care, your willingness to show up, to ask questions, to stay on top of your health. That's strength. That's resilience. As we age, our bodies need more regular maintenance, just like a well-loved car that's been on many meaningful journeys. Chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, they're common in older adults, but they're also manageable with consistent care. These appointments aren't just about problems, they're about prevention. Staying ahead of an issue is far more empowering than reacting to a crisis. And yes, it can be exhausting. But you don't have to go it alone. Ask your healthcare provider about coordinating care, combining appointments when possible, or even telehealth options if getting there is a strain. Bring a notebook, write down questions, and don't hesitate to speak up. You have every right to be informed and involved. These visits aren't detours from life. They're what keep you in it, stronger and steadier. Every time you walk through that clinic door, you're choosing to stay engaged with your health. And that choice matters. 5. Difficulty concentrating. You sit down with a book or a newspaper article, ready to enjoy a quiet moment. But you find yourself rereading the same paragraph, once, twice, 3 times, and it just doesn't stick. The words blur, your mind drifts, and suddenly, you're thinking about what you forgot at the store, or the noise outside, or nothing at all. It's frustrating, and maybe even a little scary. But let's take a step back. Difficulty concentrating isn't always a sign of something serious. Often, it's the result of mental clutter, too many thoughts competing for space. As we age, the brain's ability to process and filter information can slow down, especially when we're juggling too many things at once. Add in stress, fatigue, or background noise, and even the simplest task can feel like a mountain. Consider Margaret, 76, from Pennsylvania. A lifelong reader, she noticed that she was struggling to stay focused while reading her favorite novels. After speaking with her doctor and making a few small lifestyle changes, like reducing screen time in the evening, practicing 5 minutes of deep breathing before reading, and setting her phone to silent, Margaret found that her concentration gradually improved. This doesn't mean you're losing your sharpness. It means your mind, like your body, needs a different kind of care. Try single tasking, limit distractions, let your brain breathe. You may find that your focus has changed, but it hasn't disappeared. With the right support, clarity can return, often more meaningfully than before. 6. Social isolation. The phone rings less these days. The invitations that used to come without fail, Sunday dinners, coffee dates, quick errands with a friend, have slowed. Maybe it's because people have moved away. Maybe it's because some are no longer here. Or maybe it's just gotten harder to get out, to hear clearly in a noisy room, to keep up with conversations that once came so easily. This quiet shift into social isolation can happen so gradually that you hardly notice at first. But over time, the silence settles in. And while solitude can sometimes be peaceful, prolonged disconnection can begin to weigh on your emotional and even physical health. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can increase the risk of depression, cognitive decline, and even heart disease in older adults. But here's the good news. Connection doesn't expire with age. It simply evolves. Maybe the gatherings are smaller now, or the voices are through a screen instead of across a table. That's okay. What matters is staying engaged, feeling seen, and knowing you still belong. Senior centers, community classes, and faith groups offer ways to rebuild a social rhythm. Many libraries and senior organizations now offer virtual meetups, game nights, and workshops designed specifically for older adults. Even volunteering a few hours a week can spark a renewed sense of purpose and connection. You still have stories to tell, laughter to share, and companionship to give and receive. This chapter isn't about fading into the background. It's about finding new ways to stay meaningfully connected. 7. Reduced mobility. The stairs that once felt routine now seem steeper. A short walk leaves you winded. Even the grocery bags feel heavier than they used to. These subtle shifts in strength and balance can feel like the world is slowly pulling away, making everyday tasks more difficult and sometimes a little intimidating. Reduced mobility is one of the most common and most misunderstood parts of aging. Joint stiffness, arthritis, muscle loss, and balance issues often arrive quietly, but they can have a big impact. And let's not forget the fear of falling, which is very real. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and older falls each year, and it's one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. But here's what matters. Slowing down doesn't mean stopping. Mobility changes aren't the end of independence. They're a call to adapt, not withdraw. A cane or walker isn't a symbol of weakness. It's a sign of smart living. It's a tool that helps you keep moving safely. Gentle movement like Tai Chi, stretching, or even light household activities can keep your muscles and joints active. Many Medicare plans include physical therapy benefits, services designed specifically to improve mobility, strength, and balance. There are also simple home adaptations, grab bars, shower seats, raised toilet seats, that protect your safety while keeping you confident in your space. You're not losing freedom. You're learning new ways to protect it. And in doing so, you're choosing movement over fear, resilience over retreat. If this resonates with you or someone you care about, Please share this video. It might be just what they need to hear today. And don't forget to subscribe for more helpful insights and encouraging conversations about aging with strength, dignity, and hope. 8. Difficulty sleeping. It's 2 a.m., and the ceiling fan hums above you like an old friend refusing to let you forget the time. You've fluffed the pillow, adjusted the blankets, tried counting sheep, but sleep slips just out of reach. You're exhausted, but wide awake, and the stillness of the night only makes it harder. Sleep changes with age, and not always in ways we expect. You might find yourself waking up earlier, drifting off later, or spending more time in lighter sleep. This isn't just in your head, it's biological. As we age, our bodies produce less melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. Add in common issues like chronic pain, frequent nighttime bathroom visits, or medication side effects, and it's no wonder a good night's sleep can feel so hard to come by. Consider Helen, 78, from Arizona. After months of restless nights, she realized that late evening television and caffeine with dinner were part of the problem. By switching to herbal tea, turning off screens an hour before bed, and doing light stretching in the evening, she began falling asleep faster and waking up more refreshed. Just because sleep is changing doesn't mean rest is out of reach. Create a calming bedtime routine, dim the lights, silence your phone, and give your mind space to relax. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and comfortable. You may not sleep like you did at 20, but your body still needs and deserves deep rest. With patience, minor tweaks can lead to better sleep and brighter mornings. 9. Changes in vision and hearing. You're out at dinner with family, and the background noise turns every conversation into a guessing game. Or you're driving home at dusk and suddenly the streetlights don't seem to shine as brightly. The road markings a little less clear. These aren't just inconveniences. They're quiet shifts in how you experience the world around you. As we age, our senses evolve. The lenses in our eyes naturally lose flexibility, making it harder to focus on close objects or adjust to low light. Hearing loss, especially high-frequency sounds like voices in a crowded room, can sneak in gradually. These changes can be disorienting, even isolating, but they are also incredibly common. Still, too many people delay seeking help, worried that hearing aids or stronger glasses signal decline. But here's the truth. Using the right tools isn't a sign of giving in. It's a step toward staying fully engaged in life. Glasses, hearing devices, and even small modifications at home can restore not just safety, but joy. Being able to see the pages of a beloved book clearly, or hear the laughter of a grandchild without strain. Routine screenings with your eye doctor and audiologist are vital. Many age-related conditions, like cataracts or gradual hearing loss, are treatable if caught early. Seeing and hearing are not luxuries, they're rights. And reclaiming them means choosing connection over withdrawal, awareness over uncertainty. You deserve a world that's vivid, rich in sound, and fully alive, and you have every right to reach for it. 10. Increased sensitivity to temperature. A light breeze rolls through the window, and suddenly, it feels like a winter chill slipping down your spine. Later, the same afternoon sun that once warmed your porch now feels overbearing, like a furnace pressed against your skin. It's not just the weather changing, it's how your body interprets it. As we age, the body's ability to regulate temperature shifts in subtle but significant ways. The skin becomes thinner, reducing insulation. Circulation slows down, and certain medications can interfere with the body's ability to maintain a steady internal temperature. What once felt like a minor discomfort can now feel overwhelming, whether it's shivering in a room others find pleasant or overheating during mild activity. Consider Robert, 81, from Michigan. After moving into a senior living community, he began experiencing sudden chills in the evenings and intense warmth in the afternoons. With his doctor's guidance, he adjusted his medication schedule, started layering breathable clothing, and added a programmable thermostat in his room. These small changes made a noticeable difference in his daily comfort. These sensitivities don't mean you're fragile. They're signs that your body needs a bit more intentional care. Dressing in layers, adjusting your environment, and staying hydrated can go a long way in supporting temperature balance. Avoid extreme weather when possible, and always listen to what your body is telling you. Staying comfortable isn't a luxury. It's a form of protection. With awareness and preparation, comfort becomes not just possible, but sustainable. And you absolutely deserve that comfort every day. 11. Mood changes. Tears come more easily these days. A memory, a song, even a quiet room can stir something deep. And sometimes, irritation creeps in without warning. Small things feel heavier than they used to. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As the body ages, so does the brain's chemistry. Shifts in hormones, chronic pain, or disrupted sleep patterns can all play a part in how emotions surface. Add in the quieter griefs, losing friends, adjusting to new routines, or facing the slower pace of life. And it's no wonder that mood feels different than it once did. It's important to remember that these changes aren't character flaws or signs of weakness. They're human, they're real, and they deserve care just like any other health concern. There's strength in speaking with a counselor or therapist, in asking your doctor whether a change in medication might help. Connecting with social groups, faith communities, or even weekly calls with loved ones can restore a sense of belonging that steadies the emotional tide. Mood shifts don't mean joy has left the room. Sometimes, they're just signals that your heart needs tending to. And that's okay. Your feelings are valid. Your experiences are rich with meaning. And your joy, not the forced kind, but the deep, grounding kind, still matters. It's never too late to nurture that space within you. In fact, now may be the most important time to do so. 12. Reduced independence. Asking for help with things you used to do without a second thought, tying your shoes, reaching a high shelf, driving to the store, can bring a quiet ache. It's not just the task itself. It's the feeling behind it, the whisper that says, "Am I still me if I can't do this alone?" This is one of aging's more tender truths. Reduced independence isn't just about physical limits. It can touch your sense of self, your dignity, and your confidence. But here's what's also true. Accepting help isn't giving up. It's adapting. It's choosing safety and support over silent struggle. Independence doesn't vanish. It evolves. Living safely at home with grab bars and meal delivery isn't a loss. It's a strategy. Partnering with a caregiver or using mobility tools isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And making a plan to age in place with grace and forethought? That's strength in its highest form. In the U.S., resources like in-home health services, elder care coordinators, and assistive technologies are designed to support, not replace, your autonomy. They help you live on your terms, just with a little more ease. And remember, we're all interdependent at every age. Needing help doesn't make you less. It makes you human. There's honor in receiving care, just as there is in giving it. In fact, letting others in can deepen relationships and remind you that you're not in this alone. Your worth is not in what you can do alone, but in who you are, always. Aging invites a kind of honesty that few other seasons of life demand. It asks you to notice, to adapt, and sometimes to grieve. But more than that, it invites you to grow in new, quieter ways. These 12 changes we've explored may not feel pleasant. In fact, some may feel like slow goodbyes to the things that once came effortlessly. But they are not signs of failure. They are signs of life, deeply lived, fully felt, and still unfolding. You've made it this far not by avoiding change, but by facing it. And this stage is no different. Forgetfulness, fatigue, aches, shifts in mood or independence. Each challenge carries with it an opportunity to respond with compassion, to plan wisely, and to care for yourself and others with more depth than ever before. None of this means you're broken. It simply means you're human. So if you recognize yourself or someone you love in this conversation, don't stop here. Share this video with those who need to hear it. Talk about these changes openly, with your doctor, with your family, with your community. Take one step today toward making aging not something to endure, but something to honor. And if this message resonated with you, subscribe to our channel. We're here to walk this path with you, offering insight, support, and a place where your story is always respected. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.